Hello, everyone, to the very first episode of One and a Half Piece, a podcast about a random person that has never watched even a single episode of the popular anime One Piece. And that random person would be me, Sif. Hello. In each episode, I will have a guest on here that knows way more about the story of the Straw Hat Pirate. And today, that guest is Viv, aka Leaves_Viv, aka my best friend. Hello!
Hello!
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks. How are you?
A little bit excited and nervous about having a podcast in English. And the listeners can't see it, but Viv is having all the One Piece drip on her. She's wearing a Luffy t-shirt, and I'm wearing boring stripes.
But you will soon get there.
We will soon get there. I was trying to get some OP merch, but I couldn't get my hands on it. Although, no, I did buy a cool t-shirt. I hope I can soon show you Viv. But, I wanted Viv as my very first guest, and I'm very happy that she agreed to be my very first guest because I have a special connection from between One Piece and Viv. A long time before Viv and I became friends, I saw one picture of her, and it was her cosplaying as Zoro.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And this picture, it lives in my head rent-free, and her cosplay was just the very first picture I've ever seen of her. So she had to be the very first guest.
Really? The very first picture of me?
That was I believe, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
Wow.
And to me, I have, in fact, never seen a single episode, as I said, except for the Netflix adaptation. And according to people around me, I've heard that they apparently changed some stuff compared to the manga and anime. But we'll see that as soon as we get there. Viv, what is your connection to that anime and manga?
Gosh, damn, I really don't know when I started, but I remember all my friends back in my bachelor thesis time said to me, "Oh, Viv, you need to watch it. It's one of the best anime out there." And I think the people that always wanted me to watch it were so annoying that I at some point started to watch it, and that was the beginning. And I think in my study time, I had really a lot of free time. And I think that was the start to this journey. And I am really glad that I took the opportunity and started watching One Piece. And I'm now at episode 1076, I guess. I think that's the latest one. And yeah, it's been a ride until this point, but you're in for this ride too, I guess.
So you got annoyed into watching.
Yeah, I got annoyed
into watching that show.
But it was the best decision ever made.
Well, we'll see. I gotta say, I always dodged that show, mostly because I've started watching anime way later in my life, and I always thought or considered the drawing style ugly because you always had what was the equivalent of that? It would be like Sailor Moon and stuff, and I guess Tokyo Mew Mew, like around that time when I would watch that. And they were also sparkly and beautiful and big eyes and way too young.
True.
For wearing those clothes. But
anime style.
And then all the style. So, but shall we start?
Of course. I'm so hyped for this.
Okay. So for this podcast episode, we've watched episodes 1 to 5, and I took some notes while watching it. And first of all, we have to talk about the intro, and please correct me if I'm wrong. So the intro starts, and we see Gold Roger, the I guess past king of the pirates, because it's his execution, and he has collected. Was it a lot of treasure or one treasure that is called One Piece?
Should I answer this question or what?
If it doesn't spoiler me.
This is a massive spoiler. You gotta find out for yourself, I think.
Okay. But okay, so we hear about some treasure that he hid on the Grand Line?
Yeah.
Okay. And it is called the One Piece. And when he got executed, all the other pirates got super hyped.
Yeah, they're totally hyped.
They were super hyped. It was just an anime convention gone rogue.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that.
And they all had to sail the sea, and we get the beautiful intro. I wish. So what people have to know is Viv watched the episodes yesterday, and she sent me a video of her super hyped, starting the intro, singing it, talking synchronized with the intro. And then the next voice message she sends me is her crying about how much she loves this show.
Yeah, because, you know, when you've been stuck for a series with at least 1,000 episodes, then you are really involved into everything that's connected to the story and even the music and stuff. And I was watching the first episodes and nostalgia was hitting hard. And the whole intro and the music it's really getting to me this time.
I hope I'll be at that point at some point. I believe I will. I'm sure I will be.
You cried at the One Piece live action, so...
Oh yeah, I actually only cried because I heard the theme. I don't even have a connection to the theme, but I cried when I heard the theme. But
gorgeous nonetheless.
I don't think I have much more to say about the intro except for Sanji does a sick breakdance move.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I have to say about that. And we're right in on the episode 1. Episode 1 starts on the sea. We see a rich saloon on a ship. And we also see a barrel in the water. We see what we later learn is Nami. She's getting simped at by a guest while dancing in the saloon. And we then get an attack on the ship by another ship, which has a goose on the peak, or top. I don't know how to call that, to be honest. Nami's simp is just erupting in tears, and she keeps her cool. And we find out that they are attacked by no other than Lady Alvida. One point I immediately had to write down. She's a true self-love queen. She is very convinced of herself. She's a big girl. Although she's not that much self-assured because she is asking for reassurance from her crew. But in a way all the time. In a way that doesn't leave them much choice but to shower her in compliments. I guess the other option would be getting killed.
Yeah.
I would be a terrible captain. I mean, I would practically do the same as Lady Alvida, but I would be asking stuff like, do you really like me? Do you really respect me as your captain? But really?
But she has an iron mace. Like,
right.
Really do need to answer this question in this concern that she likes the answer.
That's true. That's true. We also meet Coby, whose German name is Coby. Like,
they translated it really, not good in back in the days.
We will meet other names that they translated oddly. We get a quick shot of Nami changing her clothes with one swift hand movement. She changes into, which looks a lot like pirate uniform, considering she doesn't like pirates. But back to Coby, we see him find the barrel, and he assumes it has expensive liquid in it. But we see that before he can find out, the protagonist, Luffy, jumps out of it and gives Coby a clean uppercut. Coby flies through the room, and we meet Luffy, Monkey D. Luffy. He's wearing a red vest, blue shorts, and I assume flip-flops. I don't know. And as we later learn, the most important feature is the straw hat.
Mugiwara!
Coby is a bowl full of anxiety and is kind of lost in this whole situation. He's pretty much me. He's overwhelmed and crying. And Luffy's absolutely unbothered and looks for snacks. That's Viv.
Yeah, totally. And I would jump out of a barrel like that too. But
I think in our age, our back would just hurt from sitting in a barrel for so long.
True. But I think this depiction of like the introduction of Ruffy, I'm calling him Ruffy because I used to watch it in German.
Oh yeah.
And there he is called Ruffy, and I think the live action of on Netflix called but
it sounds very French when they do.
Yeah, but but that's his like Japanese name, of course. But I'm referring to him as Ruffy, I think, most of the time, or Luffy. I don't know. I can't change that. And what I really like about that introduction is that it's so, how do you say it, broken down to his character. Like, it's on Ruffy.
Point. It's on character.
It's just him breaking out of this barrel and raising his arms to the top and like screaming. And this is so nice and such a nice depiction of him as a character and how he lives freely without any concerns and care. And I think that's a great introduction to the character, the main character we got to see here.
Main character, yeah.
Yes.
We find out that his ship got into water vortice. I had to look that word up. I didn't know that. And it got capsized, which forced him to hide in a barrel.
Yeah.
Irregular, every day. It's a Monday.
Everyday business.
Coby uses this exchange to present his story. We learn how he ended up on board of I shortened Alvida as AL. So it was like Al's crew. So he was just... it's not hunting for fish, but fishing. He was just fishing. Hunting for fish with a
harpoon.
That's why it took him so long.
Yeah.
Do we ever learn why he got kidnapped by them? Because I didn't understand why they kidnapped him. What was the reason for that? Do we get an explanation?
Oof. I'm right now 5 episodes deep in the beginning too, so I really don't remember what happens in the next episodes after that, because it's been some time since I've last watched them, but I don't think you get to know the reason. I think he's on her ship for 2 years.
Is it just like severe kleptomania of the crew? They were like, oh, we need to steal something.
Yeah, I guess like pirate stuff, they attacked probably his, or I don't know, his town, and then they get him captive with something.
So we know that Coby gets kidnapped. And at the same time, we see Alvida's crew, who is absolutely killing it in the ship, as well as Nami. And the dude from... Oh, apologies. I said it wrong. Not Kobe's getting an uppercut. Sorry. There's the crew member of Alvida gets an uppercut.
Oh, yeah.
And flies across the room. And the poor guy from the uppercut gets it again because Alvida's mace hits him on the head. We see pep talk of Luffy to Coby. He tells him that Luffy wants to become king of the pirates, and Coby pretty much loses his shit. He is panicking, and Luffy tries to calm him down by using violence. He punches him. Always a good decision. And he says that after nap and snacks, it's time to get a boat. Coby spills on his dreams of becoming a Marine. I feel like he's bonding a lot with Luffy. He also shit talks Alvida, and she hears it and is not amused.
And I just found out that he accidentally boarded their ship.
Oh, he accidentally boarded? How do you accidentally board that?
How do you accidentally board a ship? I just don't know, but it's on One Piece Wiki, and I think they know stuff. So, yeah.
So we see Alvida, who's not amused about the shit talk. And I gotta say, I have not watched Marvel, right? I've not watched Infinity War. I mean, no, I have watched a few Marvel movies, but I've decided that they're not my cup of tea. And did you notice the rings on Alvida's hand? They look like the Infinity Stones.
No, I did not. What is Alvida Thanos?
I see a crossover there, but I noticed that. I had to pause it, and I turned around to my partner, who has read the manga. Has never seen the show, and I asked him whether these are the Infinity Stones.
But who was there first? Marvel movies or One Piece? I think
Marvel did a ripoff.
Yeah,
that's a ripoff.
They can sue them.
We then see Luffy fat-shaming Alvida. Not nice, not cool.
Not
but I guess
nice, not cool.
She is mean and mistakes Luffy for Zoro. And she says that Luffy does not look like Zoro. We get a fight scene where Luffy cleans up the entire deck with Gum Gum Rocket. Because
one of his first moves ever to do. I was kind of shocked when I heard the first Gomu Gomu no move there, and it's Rocket, because I thought Pistoru is way more popular, and I think this is his signature move, because I think, yeah, in the live action they did that really often.
I'm not sure. Does he say in the Netflix adaptation Gum Gum Rocket on the first?
No,
I thought he said pistol.
Yeah, he said pistol all the time, because I think it's a signature move. Yeah. It's not canon.
We find out he's a rubber man, and the devil's fruit he has eaten is the gum gum fruit. He is still looking for a crew, and which makes Alvida shit talk him again, because what kind of pirate is he?
Yeah.
We see that Nami escapes in a separate boat. Then we have Coby fat shaming Alvida. There's a lot of fat shaming happening in those few minutes. I guess it just got to Coby. That's all right. Luffy enjoys it and laughs. He is very proud of Coby standing up. And Coby actually threatens Alvida. We see the mace hitting Luffy, and he does not budge because he's a rubber man. He does then the Gum Gum pistol move, and we see nice freeze frames of Alvida flying off into the distance like Team Rocket. The poor guy who got the two uppercuts, the uppercut and then the mace, gets, I wrote down arsch-bombed.
Arsch-bomb.
That's not a word, not even in German, but it's like a butt bomb when you jump into water and it splashes a lot.
Nice, yes.
I don't know the English term for that.
Arsch-bomb is good.
And we see the marine attack. Luffy decides it's time to bounce, and so does Coby. We see Nami in a different boat, and Nami and Luffy lock eyes for a short moment.
Yeah.
The last thing we hear in that episode is that Coby is absolutely flabbergasted that Luffy wants to go to the Grand Line because it's considered the cemetery of pirates.
Yeah.
And Luffy tells Coby that he likes what he heard about Zoro. He wants to have Zoro, and he bonks Coby one last time because he has another panic attack. And the last shot of this episode is Zoro, intriguingly, as is how episode one stops.
There at the cross.
At the cross. Before we get on to episode 1, Viv, do you have something to tell the audience?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk or ask some questions to you.
Ooh, okay.
Who is the first person we got to see in the first episode? Do you remember?
In the episode, right?
That we know, yeah.
Isn't it the two dudes from the big ship, I thought?
That we know. No.
Oh, that we know.
Yeah.
I assume it's not Luffy because...
It's not Luffy.
It's not Luffy. So what do we know?
Yeah.
It's Nami, right?
Yeah, it's Nami. And I think that's crazy because it somehow suggests that she takes a big role in this kind of universe too. And I really didn't remember that. I think that's crazy.
It does seem like she is one of the main protagonists. But,
yeah, of course. And that they locked eyes at this significant moment.
Yeah, I'm very happy to know that Luffy and Nami do not become love interests because I love that it's... I mean... I don't know if it would have changed. Do you remember watching it for the first time, what your thoughts were?
Yeah. I think like with some preceding episodes, I thought maybe there is something between them. But I think it's much more deeper than that, if you could say it like that. I think that's a spoiler for now, but their relationship grows really deeply and really strong, and you don't need a romantic relationship in that kind of case, what they have. They love each other in a way, yes, but this will be developed in some later episodes.
In a platonic way.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, and I wanted to actually tell some more about the voice actors and voice actresses of the One Piece cast, because they are fantastic. And they have been doing this for quite some time now. I think the first airing of the first episode is like over 20 years ago. I think it aired.
You're talking about the Japanese voice actors. Mm-hmm.
Right. The seiyus. Yeah, from Nami, it's Akemi Okamura. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but I hope so. From Coby, it's Mikadoi. And from Ruffy, it's Mayumi Tanaka. What is special about these names? I don't know if you know this.
I don't know anything about voice actor world, so you are really welcome to enlighten me.
There is this thing where Japanese voice actresses voice male protagonists in anime. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, I know that.
In some big anime too, like I think Naruto or Dragon Ball, the voice actor of the main protagonist, like Naruto or Goku, are voiced by women. I think that's cool. And
it's with the Bart Simpson is also voiced by a woman.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Wait, what? You didn't know that?
No. What? The German voice of Bart Simpson?
Oh no, not the German. The English, the American voice is voiced by a woman.
Really? Damn. Yeah, because I think some voice colors, if you could say that in German, Stimmfarben, are really suited for these kind of characters because they are so outgoing, loud, sometimes
emotional.
Emotional, but a bit overhyped, quirky, yeah, over the top, just. And I think that's awesome because for Mayumi Tanaka, she's one of the best, I don't know how to say it, best paid. Most talented. And she's like in this business for I don't know how many years right now. It's crazy.
I've seen a very cute video. So apparently she's also voicing Luffy in the Netflix adaptation.
Yeah.
And there's a really cute video.
Voicing them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And have you seen the video of the actor Iñaki meeting her? That's so sweet.
So sweet.
He's so fanboying over her being there. All the time.
Yeah, I would too. Totally. If I would ever meet them, I would go down on my knees. I think we get to learn about the world in which we are right now, the One Piece world, and that there are pirates and marines, and that they are rivals in this kind of world, and that marines want to fight pirates and pirates want to fight the marines. There is also this bounty policy. Pirates have been given bounties, and Alvida is the first one to speak out her bounty. Do you remember which was?
Oh wait, did she? I don't think I wrote that down. Wait, let me see.
How much it was?
No, I don't have it written down.
Ha!
How much was it?
Did they say that in the live action? I can't remember actually. But
no, in the live action they did because they do show the poster. They always show the wanted poster for the character they're showing. But I don't remember the berry.
It's 5 million berry.
Do we know any currency to currency berry?
To German?
to let's go to euro. Currency. So one berry. Okay, look. One berry. Yeah. One berry is 0.000035. Yeah. So 5 million is not that much.
It's really not much. If the story proceeds, we have way bigger bounties.
I looked up the bounty of 5 million. Alexa, stop.
Bounty?
Living crap out of me.
Yeah.
So I looked up the bounty of 5 million berries to euros, and it's only 1,775 euros and 55 cents. So it's not.
Yeah.
Elvida's cheap.
Cheap. He's really cheap.
What do you think a good bounty for you would be?
For me, 1.
I'm surprised. One berry.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about berries. Although the 1 berry is even less. Wait.
I need a devil fruit and I need to eat it. Unless I'm not doing this, I'm not really suited.
Okay, you know what my bounty would be? It would be
what?
1,943 berries and 0.598969333444.
Did you put this in a generator? Which bounty in One Piece have you, or what?
No, I decided which bounty I want to have.
Okay.
And you or the listeners can look it up.
Nice.
What kind of bounty I gave myself in euros, in berry. So yeah, should we go on to episode 2?
Yeah, but wait a minute.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Don't you find it odd that the currency in this world is berry?
Honestly, it gives me Animal Crossing vibe.
Yeah! Oh my god, I never thought about that.
Wait, you didn't? I literally, it sounds like bells.
Yeah, true.
Do you think they have to pay off to Tom Nook?
Oh my god. I really hate that capitalist raccoon. Yeah. Wow. Vietnam flashbacks. But yeah, I think it's crazy that they really put thought into the world building and that the currency has its own name too. It's crazy. Good.
I thought it wasn't. Well, first of all, I just thought of like, you know, bells from Animal Crossing. This is why it didn't really surprise me, but also considering they have the devil fruit, they have literal fruit that is very, very strong. So it wasn't that odd to have another fruit as a currency. But
yeah,
I mean, I haven't seen the currency yet, but they still pay with coins, right? It's just called berry, right? They're not paying with literal berries. That would be a ton of berries.
Yeah, it's coins and even
notes.
Notes too. Yeah, I guess. And like the loot.
Oh, yeah, right.
Pirates.
The treasures and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, going on. I think the location name dropped in this episode too. Do you remember it?
A location of what exactly?
Of where they are in which kind of sea. Do you remember that too? Because it's really important later on.
I want to say.
And I think.
Sorry.
No. Go on.
I want to say something. Wasn't it red line, or did they say that later? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I said, yeah. They say it later. They explain the world and how it's built up. And I think Alvida refers to this ocean as the East Blue.
Oh yeah, right. She did say. I didn't write that down. I didn't think it was important.
Yeah, it's like world building important. I don't know if you're into that kind of stuff, then it's like super, super cool. And yeah, you get to know the world and how they navigate through this. Because it's really an odd world. It's really
definitely is.
Special, yeah. Yeah, the Grand Line, it's their destination, right? Mm-hmm. You talked about that before. What I noticed is that Ruffy, and it's just a sentence that drops like that. And as a side note, he talked about his crew, and in the ideal case, it would be 10 crew members.
Wait, did I miss all that in the first episode?
Did you miss that? Because I've watched this and I was like, oh my god, there are so many references to past and actual episodes
like
right
present
now.
Episode, yeah,
it's crazy. And that's his goal, to have like 10 of his crew members. He calls them nakama. I don't know if you know this term, but you'll remember. Nakama is one crew member.
Okay.
And it's a bit more than a crew member. It's /friend/crew member. It's closer.
I'm so confused. Why did I write down how many uppercuts this one dude got? I didn't write down.
Uppercuts are important too. I think in these 5 first episodes, it's crazy how many brutality you see. It's really brutal, I think.
It is very brutal.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, they're not dying.
Yeah. It's crazy brutal. In other anime, you would have died, but in One Piece.
Not in One Piece. Not in One Piece universe.
It's just a scratch. And I think it's funny that they name dropped Zoro too, but he's not seen.
But he's like, no, they do show him in the end.
In the end. But before that, he's like, oh, you must be Zoro, the pirate hunter. And he's like, no, I think Luffy says that. No, I'm not. Yeah. And what I find out is one thing, and then we can move on. Alvida has never seen a devil fruit user. And she's like really a big fish in this East Blue section.
I'm not sure whether she's not lying.
I don't know
or
about
if that was
that.
a mistake. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure. I mean, I know Buggy by now, but hasn't she met Buggy? Like, there's no way
she must. Yeah, she must have met Buggy because he's like the biggest guy out there in the East Blue, I think. And he's like, I don't know, what was his bounty again?
Oh, I don't remember.
I remember too, but
I don't think that they said it.
In the first 5 episodes, I think not.
I don't think they said it because I think by then I would have written it down.
Yeah, but I thought it can't be that she doesn't know about devil fruit users and that she hasn't met any of them. But yeah, I don't know. I just find it strange. But yeah, do you have any questions concerning the first episode?
I don't think that I have any that aren't already answered by the next few episodes. And also, I mean, I have seen the Netflix adaptation, so there's a lot of things that are answered for me.
True.
But shall we move on or?
Yeah.
Okay. So we started episode 2 with the Marine base, and we see Zoro, or also known in the German version, if you have the honor.
Lore
Zoro, his German name, but we know it's Roronoa Zoro. And people describe him as a demon in human form. Luffy, the naive being that he is, wants to see if he's nice.
Maybe he is.
And Coby has to punch some sense into him and tell him Zoro is caught because he's a bad man. And they name drop Captain Morgan. And apparently Captain Morgan and Zoro are like trigger words in this Marine base because everyone just gasps and hides. They do peek over a wall, and they see Zoro. He's wearing a black/green bandana.
The hot bandana.
A white t-shirt and a black-green trousers. And Luffy wants to set him free. We get some badass music and a random girl breaks in.
Yeah.
just regular stuff happening in the Marine base. And she brings him some rice balls. Helmeppo's pretty much Draco Malfoy. Pretty much Draco Malfoy struts in and steals the rice balls. He finds them disgusting.
Will hear about that.
What?
My father will hear about that.
It's pretty much what he says the entire time. He
like
always begs his father to do something.
Yeah.
He steals the rice balls and he finds them disgusting because they're sweet. He stomps on them and wants to, what the fuck, Helmeppo, execute the girl.
Yeah. He's that radical.
Which is, that's twisted. Helmeppo is the son of Captain Morgan. He brags about that. And he then decides to yeet the girl over the wall. And one of the Marines, who is supposed to throw her over the wall, tells her how to be more aerodynamic and tells her
so weird
to pull in her arms and legs.
What the fuck?
We learned that Zoro had the punishment of 1 month of hanging in this, I don't know what to call that, like courtyard or whatever.
Courtyard, okay, yeah.
And he is 3 weeks in. Luffy talks to Zoro and asks, Zoro asks Luffy to give him the stomped rice balls. And Luffy tells the girl later that Zoro ate the rice balls and that he really liked them, which is really sweet. Zoro has a very soft spot, we learn. Helmeppo is at fault at... Oh, no, wait. Helmeppo is the reason Zoro is hanging in the courtyard, or tied up in the courtyard. Let's put it that way. Hanging sounds very wrong. He brought a dangerous wolf to a tavern, and Rika, which is the name of the girl that brought the rice balls, got attacked by them, and Zoro saved Rika.
Yeah.
And when Helmeppo tried to fight Zoro, even though he's super scared of him, Zoro agrees for punishment because he is a lawful citizen, in a way. This is why he hunts pirates.
Yeah.
Helmeppo starts behaving like a jerk in the restaurant and we're in the now time again, and tells everyone that Zoro is getting executed. We get some rapid music and Luffy punches Helmeppo. There's a lot of punches being thrown.
Yeah, really brutal. I said it.
I have the notes say Helmeppo can only do the Malfoy and tell Luffy that his father will hear about that.
Yeah, he's truly a Malfoy copy.
He is a Malfoy. Honestly, J.K. Rowling, One Piece fan confirmed.
Yeah. Like, we see some parallels, right? In Marvel, in Harry Potter, what else will come? Lord of the Rings.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Well, for some weird reason, Nami's in that restaurant. We see that her paths always cross the Straw Hat Pirate. Captain Morgan, whom we see in the next shot, isn't happy about the tribute payment. And he's very, very angry. And Ingy. He's very angry. And Helmeppo comes into this office and is being a little bitch. And he asks his dada to execute someone for him. And we get a flashback of Zoro's backstory, where he fights a little girl. Or like little, he's also a little boy, so they're both young.
Yeah.
And this daydreaming gets interrupted by Luffy. Luffy offers him to save him if he joins his crew, and he also offers to get his swords, so Zoro has an incentive to join the crew. Zoro is hella annoyed, but agrees, and Luffy runs enthusiastically, but into the wrong direction. Zoro tells him that, and Luffy does nothing else but I said GG Rocket. It's Gum Gum Rocket.
GG Rocket!
GG Rocket's back.
Imagine him making this instead of Gomu Gomu no. GG Rocket!
GG Rocket's into the right direction. Zoro is absolutely bamboozled. And we see Captain Morgan standing on top of his castle, I assume, or no, not castle, of the marine base. Sorry, it's not
castle would be nice.
Of the marine base, and his marine soldiers are pulling up a statue of Captain Morgan. And did you notice that it looks like the Rio de Janeiro Jesus figure?
Wow. Okay. No, I yeah. Now that you mention it, yes,
it does look a lot like it.
Yeah, because he's like T-posing there.
Yeah, he's T-posing. It looks like he's this Jesus figure from Rio de Janeiro.
Damn right.
I'm pretty sure that was the inspiration.
Did you know what is odd about Captain Morgan? On his chin, he has this like metal thingy, right?
That says Möwe.
Möwe! In German, the German word for seagull.
Yeah. Do we know
what the hell?
Why?
I don't know.
I
think...
Yeah.
Oda has some punctual references to German language in One Piece, but not that much. But maybe he likes the word.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite commonly known that Japanese folks enjoy the sound of German language.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you remember watching Violet Evergarden, and the name of the cities was Leiden and Leidenstadt, which is just weird.
Oh, I remember that fondly.
Oh, yeah.
We cried so many times. But the Marine Base logo, do you remember that one?
The Marine Base logo. Is it not is it not like a seagull in the distance, like in McDonald's?
It's a seagull. Yeah, right. It's a seagull too. And I was like scrolling through some pages on Marines and in One Piece. It's actually a fact that Oda had chosen the logo to be a seagull because seagulls, how do you say, depict the ocean for him?
Oh yeah, represent the ocean. Yeah.
Represent the ocean for him, right? And are his favorite animal.
Seagulls.
Yeah.
They're the most ungrateful animals out there.
Yes. And they're really annoying. Like,
and loud. And they shit everywhere. Pretty much like
Captain
Morgan.
Yeah. I remember one time being at the beach and I was attacked by some seagulls because I had these waffle, like, you know.
Oh my God, I know that story.
Yeah, that was a trauma for me.
Well, I hope we will get over that.
Yeah, maybe at some point.
So, we see the Rio de Janeiro Jesus figure of Captain Morgan being put up. Yes. Helmeppo also arrives at the top of this tower and he starts whining. Captain Morgan does not only shit talk him now, but he also pimp smacks him with his axe hand, or axe arm, I guess. Rika is supposed to be killed, and this is when chaos absolutely ensues. Captain Morgan gives one of the Marines a concussion because he can't keep pulling up the statue, and the rest of the Marines get scared. Pretty much, honestly, Captain Morgan is not much different than Alvito. He's pretty much the same, but with a chin out of steel.
With a chin? Because the other one has no chin. What?
No jawline. He has an artificial jawline.
Yeah, that's true. That was a good one.
So we pretty much learned that Captain Morgan is just a dramatic bitch about everything.
Yeah. And Helmeppo, his son too. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, no, he is a dramatic bitch. His son is a whiny bitch.
Ah, yeah, true. You gotta differentiate between those two.
It is different. It's the spirit that counts. The only reason he's being dramatic is because his statue got a scratch. We see Luffy from the courtyard trying to get up there because he heard the sound. And my notes say GGR, but it's a Gum Gum Rockets. Gum Gum Rockets up, holds himself onto the statue, and the statue folds. Yeah, it folds, yeah. Helmeppo, whiny as always, gets kidnapped by Luffy. Meanwhile, Nami breaks into the base downstairs. And Helmeppo's no backbone at all. He can't defend him at all. He's being dragged behind Luffy. And at some point, Luffy uses Helmeppo as a shield. While Coby is in the courtyard with Zoro, he tells him how he wants to be an honorable marine, which is the reason he unties him, because he learns that Helmeppo was never going to keep the promise. Zoro is first shocked because he wants to, what's it called? He wants to endure the punishment because he thinks it's right. Yeah. But he learns that Helmeppo would have never kept the promise and would have executed it anyway. And Coby pep talks Zoro, and Zoro and Coby get to Helmeppo's room. Oh, no, wait. They are being surrounded by Captain Morgan. Sorry, my notes don't make any sense here. Zoro and Coby get surrounded by Captain Morgan. Meanwhile, Luffy and Helmeppo are in Helmeppo's room.
And I think that's so nice how the room gets introduced with a sparkly sound and everything pink in this room. And there are like some signs on the door that say my room with some flowers and stuff.
So I wrote down Helmeppo is very girly pop.
He likes the girly pop.
He's fruity.
Yeah.
We get like different cuts between the scenes, and we go back to Zoro, who trash talks Captain Morgan, and he's determined. Zoro is not determined to die because one of the girl he daydreams about, once bested him. That's pretty much the reason. Luffy, GG Rockets again.
GG Rockets.
Gum Gum Rockets out of the window. Lands in front of Zoro and does the reverse Neo from Matrix.
Oh yeah! Wow, the reverse Neo.
Where he stops the bullets, but they kind of get stuck in him like rubbers and get fired back, and says he wants to become king of pirates in case someone has missed it.
In case someone has missed it, yeah. But I think it's the first time that he says it.
No, he says it in the very first episode where Coby freaks out about it.
Right.
How do you want to you don't even have a crew, he says.
Okay. Yeah, we get to know about his goal pretty early. That's true. He wants to become king of pirates, but he doesn't know what that means. Exactly.
He's constantly talking about it.
Yeah, true.
So that's episode 2, Viv. Do you have
episode 2.
Anything to say about episode 2?
You summed it up pretty well. Thank you for that. Was there a name drop for this girl in Zoro's memory?
No, we don't know anything about her yet.
So, okay, that will be a spoiler.
I mean, technically, I know the Netflix adaptation, so I know the backstory of that.
True, right. True.
But I don't know the name, so let's just pretend that I genuinely don't know.
You don't know, okay.
I mean, I genuinely don't know, actually. We don't have to pretend.
Okay. And I think Nami is not name dropped too.
No, we still technically don't know who Nami is.
But she's always there where they are.
Yeah, I'm wondering if she is stalking them. Do they have Snapchat location on or something like that?
Probably they have.
Their Snapchat location on. She's just following them.
No, that's just destiny. It's called destiny.
Must be.
It's not Snapchat locations.
A Snapchat location would make it way funnier. I agree.
Just getting my bounty.
Getting my bounty.
Yeah. With a caption.
It's like, be real.
Yeah. Where you at? Just robbing pirates.
Oh, that would be so great. We need like fan art of people doing like where all the characters are at one point to do be real pictures.
That's You got to draw that.
Oh, I need to draw that. It's such a good idea.
That would be awesome. Yeah. What I find funny about this episode is the facial expressions. Because I think Helmeppo gets tossed against the wall or something like that, and he's like super scrunched face. Squished face, I don't know, and I think it's hilarious. And I think in this episode there are some of the most iconic stills in the whole franchise of One Piece. There is this one frame, I think, in this episode or in the next, I don't know, where Zoro... No, I think it's the next, right? He's still on the cross.
Tied. Oh, no.
He's tied up?
No, wait, he's not tied up anymore, but he hasn't fought yet.
But he's like holding.
Yeah, we don't have that. I think we see that in the next one.
In the next, okay, a little spoilers on this
part. I mean, I've seen the next one, so.
True, and we talk about all the 5 episodes globally.
Exactly.
Yeah, true. But this is one of the iconic ones, and I think the one where Luffy turns to Zoro and he's like putting a thumbs up. I don't know. His hair is so wavy and he has this straw hat on his head. And I think this is one of the, you got to see this very often back in the days when you were a One Piece fan.
I don't think that I've registered that.
I'm just Googling it right now and it's not there. But for me, it's one of the most iconic ones, I would say. Because it's Luffy, how he is.
A free spirit.
A real bit derpy, but everything is daijobu. How do you like the characters so far?
I gotta say Luffy gives off the vibe of a 12-year-old. I don't know how old Luffy's supposed to be. Do we know that?
Yeah, I think we know. I think he's 16, but let me check.
I mean, he definitely behaves like 12-year-old.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's very childish.
Zoro behaves like he's 29 and is divorced with 2 kids.
Probably he is. No, I think he's 17 or something like that. So, okay, let me check. He is 17. Okay, not 16.
Wait, does he not age throughout the show?
Huh?
Does he not age throughout the show?
I mean, in the later episodes, we got to see him as a child. So, yeah, he ages.
No, but I mean, throughout the like next episodes. We never, through all the 1,000 episodes, do we ever like get a birthday or something?
Birthday, not in that manner, but you watch the episode.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah. So, okay, he's 17, and I think Zoro must be the same age as him.
Well, he definitely does not behave like that.
Yeah.
Zoro is giving K-Idol vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he is older. Okay, so because he does definitely give a vibe that he's older.
Yeah, a tiny bit. But still, he acknowledges Luffy as his captain, moving on to episode 3.
Which, by the way, happens way faster than in the Netflix adaptation.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Do you find it odd or do you find it better in the live action?
I think it's like more logical in the live action. Like it makes sense that they're resentful. I find it for convenience reasons way better in the anime just because it was kind of annoying to like listen to the entire, we're not a crew, like 4 or 5 episodes straight. Even though they're like obviously a crew.
But just get me on track. In the live action, he was like, the whole time we're not a crew, and Nami too.
Yeah.
And I think when did they actually say yes?
In the last episode.
The last?
Oh, no, wait. No, actually, no. When he gets hurt by Mihawk and then and then he wakes up and he says, you're my captain, I'm your first mate.
Goosebumps.
I actually got a teary eye from that in the Netflix adaptation. It was a very sweet moment.
I had no teary eye in that case, but in the anime, I cried my eyes out.
Wait, on episode 2?
No, later on when this exact scene comes in anime, you'll understand.
Okay. I'm ready.
Yeah.
On to episode 3.
Yes.
Zoro and Coby are surrounded by Marines, and as I said, Luffy does the Neo, and by total surprise, he just doesn't kill anyone by the bullets that ricochet from him. We get a Captain Morgan versus Luffy showdown, and Coby can't help but fanboy over Luffy. Luffy shows Zoro all 3 katanas that or like swords, I guess. Do we know technically if they are katanas?
Yeah, they are katanas.
They are katanas, okay. He shows Zoro all three katanas that he got. And Zoro doesn't have much of a choice. He has to join Luffy's crew or die by the marine, pretty much. It's again, like with Elvira, we don't have much of a choice. Captain Morgan immediately reads that Luffy ate a devil's fruit. Is it devil's fruit or devil fruit? I
think.
Okay, devil fruit. We get a quick recap of devil fruits.
Yeah.
We see fire spitting, we see tsunami causing, and apparently there's many powers and no one knows much about it. The secret is explained in the Grand Line, Captain Morgan says. And we pretty much immediately switch to the Marines attacking Zoro and Luffy. Zoro fights them all with his 3 swords. The third sword is in his teeth.
Yeah. How'd you find that?
I mean, honestly, after seeing the meme of him holding a 4th sword and with his butt cheeks,
send it to me. Yeah, that was nice.
I just remember watching it in the Netflix adaptation and telling my partner that, what point is that?
I seriously don't know how he fights like that. I mean, I'm 1,000 episodes in this show, but I'm still...
flabbergasted.
Yeah, I really don't know how he fights like that. It's like he can swing his hat from side to side and maybe hit someone with his sword, but...
I'm too old to do that. My neck hurts
my neck hurts
now
too.
because I like wrong on the wrong side.
Yeah. But maybe with 19 years, you can do that, apparently.
Maybe you can, yeah. Zoro understands that he needs to commit to being a pirate and his objective is to become the best swordsman. Luffy does the Gum Gum Whip, which is a leg kick. And...
Gomu Gomu no Whip!
And the Marines are desperate. And Captain Morgan straight up commands them to suicide for everyone who pussied out. Captain Morgan and Luffy showdown goes on. Luffy is polite and introduces himself and says, no thanks, when Captain Morgan says he should die.
That's so roughly, right?
Helmeppo has Coby at gunpoint, but Luffy stops him by punching his dad. No, wait. Luffy stops punching his dad. Kobe's determined to die for Luffy, and Helmeppo's panicking. So Luffy uses this moment to Gum Gum pistol Helmeppo away while Zoro takes care of Captain Morgan, who tried to punch Luffy in the back, which is a bitch move, honestly. Helmeppo is unconscious, and Zoro is already ready to join the crew, unlike the Netflix adaptation. The Marines are also, in contrast to the Netflix adaptation, very happy that Captain Morgan is out of order, because he was a shitbag. Zoro passes out of hunger, because he didn't eat for 3 weeks. And meanwhile, we get a quick glimpse at what Nami's doing. She's tying up guards to break into, I guess it's Captain Morgan's office. Mm-hmm. She finds a safe behind barrels with a map of the Grand Line, but it's not the map. It's kind of a buggy poster.
A buggy shit map.
And does it say Buggy the Immortal or something on the...
Yeah, and I think they refer to him as Buggy the Immortal too, when they first mention him. And I was like, what? Is this actual...
Is he technically immortal?
No, and after that, he's being called Buggy the Clown. That's what I know.
That's just it's his more common known trait.
Yeah, and I've never heard someone referring to him as Buggy the Immortal. So I was a bit surprised to hear, and confused to hear that. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's immortal. I don't know.
So we see Zoro eating a lot because he didn't eat for 3 weeks. And somehow Luffy still manages to out-eat him and be more hungry than him. And Zoro, who was at the very beginning very proud to be part of the crew, is now flabbergasted that he's the only crew member yet, and that Luffy doesn't even have a real ship. Just the silly little boat. Coby calls Luffy delusional again because he dreams of a big ship and a pirate flag and explains the world. There are 2 oceans that are divided by a big continent called the Red Line.
Yeah.
In the middle of the Red Line is a city from which in a 90-degree angle the Grand Line lies.
Yeah.
And Gold Roger had supposedly achieved everything and hidden the One Piece on the Grand Line.
Yeah.
That's why it's always also known as the Pirate Symmetry. No one returned from the Grand Line alive.
Yes.
Koby's worried for Luffy and Zoro, and Luffy declares Coby and him officially as friends.
Yeah,
he's
so
Koby's first friend, which is very cute. Coby has an inspirational moment, and Zoro warns Coby that he might not be accepted to the Marine because he has a background with Alvida. The Marines arrive and they say they are, even though they're thankful for Luffy defeating Captain Morgan, they are still officially pirates, so they need to leave the city. And the folks are standing up for Luffy and Zoro. Luffy baits Coby and starts telling the Marines about Kobe's backstory with Alvida, but Coby punches Luffy and they start a little fight. This proves to the Marines that Luffy and Coby are definitely not friends and not connected, and Kobe's upset that he is again in debt before Luffy. Coby requests to be taken to the Marine. They are kind of suspicious and want a background check, but Kobe's so determined to become a Marine sergeant that the Marine starts trusting him. The last scene we get is Nami with the message from Buggy on her own little ship. We see Coby thanking Luffy and saying goodbye. All the Marines salute to them. Weirdly enough, the one Marine suddenly says that Coby does have a good friend in Luffy, even though they said that they are not friends. And Kobe's hopeful that they'll meet again. Luffy promised someone that he's going to have a good crew, find a big treasure, and become king of pirates. And he's ready to sail the Grand Line. And this is the last we see of Coby for now.
Yeah, great episode. Great, kind of ending of the first arc, because the next episode will be a, retrospective thing. Yeah, I just looked it up. It's called the Romance Dawn arc, and it's actually from episode 1 to 4. So the next episode is still in this.
Oh, so it's still in the thing. Okay.
Yeah, Romance Dawn.
I, by the way, noticed I will probably split this into at least 2 episodes.
Yeah.
This has gone way longer than I thought.
Yeah. Romance Dawn. I don't know why Oda picked this name. What do you think about this arc name, Romance Dawn?
Maybe it's the dawn of, like, the beginning of the romanticized pirate life that Luffy thinks of, and it's like kind of his dream coming true.
Yeah, because I always asked myself, why the hell is the first arc called Romance Dawn? I think in some piratey field, I think this romance thing is a term that you know, right? I really don't know. Are pirates referring to loot as romance or something like that? I have something deep in my mind. I don't know.
I never heard of that before, at least, but that doesn't mean anything.
I don't know. I need to look it up. What I think to state at this point is that it really shows off 3 characters here, Ruffy, Coby, and Zoro. We actually got to know their goals in life, right? I mean, Ruffy spit it out like crazy. He wants to become Pirate King. Coby wants to actually join the Marines. And Zoro wants to be best swordsman in the world. So I think it's really nice. You get 3 characters, you really get their 3 goals in life, and that sums it up quite well. Something is off with these powers, the power of pirates and the power of the Marines. Because the image that Coby has from the Marines are loyal people that obey the law and protect the weak. But in this case, we got to learn that the Marines, or the head of the Marines, is a bastard who everyone is scared of, and something like that. What does it do with you to hear such a story?
Honestly, Coby is brainwashed by politic propaganda.
Yeah, he is probably.
I don't know. I guess he has a very idealized worldview, which is all right, but it also shows how naive he is. I mean, it also represents in his emotions, right? He gets easily anxious. He easily panics. He is easily overwhelmed by emotions. He has this childlike nature to him, and also looks that correspond with his worldview of Marines and his idealized view. Yeah. But he also stands up for his principles, which is interesting.
True.
He does untie Zoro because he knows that Helmep was not being fair. And if he's going to become a Marine, he's going to be an honorable Marine.
Yeah. And I think it's nice that One Piece, even in these first 3 episodes, does a really good job on smashing the patriarchy some structures in this world that govern over some other parties, maybe weak people or something else. And there comes this one guy, Luffy, and he smashes everything there. Like he frees the people,
he
kind of,
roughs it up.
Good one. Yeah, and I think if we have this in mind, watching further episodes, I think it all comes together quite well.
I will keep that in mind.
Yes.
Hello, dear listeners. This is Editing Civ. As my past self noted themselves, this recording sesh got way too long to fit into one episode. Viv and I just had too many things to talk about. But worry not, you will hear us covering episodes 4 and 5 of the anime in the next episode of 1.5 Piece. It would mean the absolute world to me if you could rate this podcast and leave your thoughts below. It helps me improve this little project of mine and bring more joy to you. But without further ado, everyone have an amazing night, morning, day, evening, wherever you are and whenever you're listening. And don't forget to be kind to yourself, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye!